Okay, so today I am going to do a short but sweet and straightforward, hopefully, video about how to manifest the reality that you desire. So, three words. The first word we're going to focus on is manifest, the second is reality, and the third is desire. And I'm going to try to break them down to components to make it easier to understand the process and to help you achieve the goals that you would like. Okay, the first things first is manifest. Manifest is a word that even though it's meant to empower people, can actually hinder people. If you tell people to manifest their desire, first things first is that they have to sort of consciously be aware of their own powers, of their own ability to create reality. So if you tell people, okay, you've got to create the reality that you desire, well, that becomes sort of cumbersome, that becomes sort of frightful, because most people don't see themselves as creators. So here is a different perspective that will allow you to approach manifestation of reality in a way that is a lot easier to wrap your mind around. Scientists, quantum physicists, believe that we are not one reality, but rather there are many realities occurring and existing simultaneously all at one time, which means that there isn't a universe, it's actually multiverses. So multiple universes, parallel universes occurring at one time. If you can grasp that bit, that you have multiple universes, multiple realities occurring, almost like a catalog of probabilities occurring simultaneously next to each other at one time, then the next few ideas that I'm going to propose to you become a lot easier for you to understand. So going back to manifestation, most people believe that they've got to create the reality that they want. That is a difficult thing to do for most people because, once again, to reiterate, most people believe that they are not powerful, that they are not creators. Instead of trying to create a whole reality, create or manifest a new job, or manifest a new car, or manifest a new partner, if you can understand the concept that the reality that you want already exists, it makes it easy. Everything that ever can happen, ever will happen, ever could happen, every single probable reality is already or has already been pre-programmed into our current existence right now. Going back once more to the perspective, to the mindset of quantum physics, multiple realities occurring at one time. Whatever I hope to achieve, whatever goals I set for myself, I have already achieved it. There is a version of myself out there. There is a version of Anna out there that has already achieved all the goals that I have set out to achieve. There's a version of Anna out there that grows up to become the president of the United States. There's a reality out there where that happens. That's not what I want, but there's a reality of where that happens. There's a reality where I drive a Ferrari. There's a reality where I cure cancer. Every probable reality that I can imagine already exists. All I have to do is transfer my consciousness to that reality. And that is where it starts to get a little bit fun. I think fun's the right word, yes. Okay, so consciousness transfer. All these different versions of yourself exist across all these different versions of realities. And what you focus on and what you think, it's what you tune your consciousness to. And it's by focusing your will and your intent to that reality that transfers or carries your consciousness to the reality that you want to manifest. So you're not necessarily creating it. It's already there. All you're doing is by your thought, by reputation, by focus, by drive, by stick-to-itiveness, by will, you project your conscious mind from this reality that you are now to the reality where the reality, the body, the life where what you're hoping to accomplish, you have already accomplished. As you probably are aware, lots of scientists are starting to theorize that this is a simulation reality. So I'm proposing that if this is a simulated reality, then we can essentially and easily traverse between whatever possible stages, and stages in the sense of like a video game that exists, just by force of will, controlling your mind, controlling your persona, your character, willing it to said reality. Okay, so let's think about the video game Super Mario Brothers. There was a conventional pipe that you could take that would take you to level 3, which was like the next stage, level 1, 2, 3. But if you broke through this brick, right, and you went an unconventional way, you could actually transfer your Mario character to this hidden section of the game where you have now access to level 5, 6, and 7. So instead of going the normal way that most people would go, the path of a little bit more resistance takes you to this other section and allows you to jump ahead to different stages. That being said, all of those stages are already pre-programmed into the reality that is Super Mario Brothers. So the creators of the game put those stages in the game. Okay, it's just you, your consciousness, your mind experiencing the game as Mario. You can pick and choose what you want to accomplish. Same thing with us right now. If quantum physicists are correct, and this is a simulation, then there's no reason why what I'm saying would be inaccurate. Everything, every possible life experience that you can possibly ever have in this reality, both negative as well as positive, is already pre-programmed into the game. You just have to shift your consciousness to get to the goal that you want to achieve. Now, some people ask, well, how do you do that? Think of your conscious thought as picking up the remote control. This character, this persona that's called Anna, I equate to, say, me playing Mario, right? But the way I control Anna is with conscious thought. Scientists are pointing to artificial intelligence, and they're saying that, you know, these robots can now think for themselves. I am proposing that it's not the ability to think or to calculate or to emulate humanity that makes you human. It's the ability to manifest the reality that you want through conscious thought and through force of will that makes you human. It's what makes a human being truly sentient. It's conscious thought affecting reality. And so the way I propose that you manifest the reality that you desire is that you shift your consciousness through conscious thought to the reality that you desire, with the understanding that the reality that you desire already exists now. So the first step I recommend is very simple, very straightforward. Get a piece of paper, write it down. Writing your conscious thoughts down, your desires down, your goals down, what it does is it pulls what your desire is, it pulls it out of mind and pulls it into this reality, right? So it takes it from thought, and it's your first step to making it tangible. So write, I want a new car. Okay, so you've taken it out of an intangible thought bubble in your head where you can't see, feel, or touch, but it's there, and you've pulled it down and you've written it on a piece of paper. That's your first step. Once you see that your desire on a piece of paper, now you know, okay, this is what I want. It's the equivalent of making a conscious thought in the game and saying, these are the 3 pipes that I've broken through, and I can choose between level 5, 6, and 7, right? So I'm gonna go to level 7. So you taking that, writing it down, putting it somewhere where you can see every day, and then constantly seeing it. You've set a goal for yourself, and that goal is essentially a path where you are now directing your conscious thought to choose the reality wherein you acquire a car. It's not even acquire, that's not the word, that's not the right word, because it's not a matter of acquisition, it's a matter of, I guess, seeing it, right? Experiencing it, becoming conscious to it. So I want to live in a reality where I have a new car. So then you write it down, you shift your consciousness to, okay, this is where we're going, and then you focus on that, and then from that point on, what you'll find is that your body will follow. Much in the same way as when you're playing Super Mario Brothers and you pick up the remote control, okay? And you think in your mind, okay, I want to go to level 2 or level 3 or level 4. That's a thought. Then you direct your body, that's Mario in the game, to hit, by hitting the forward button or whatever, jump, you start controlling it, And then eventually that thought becomes manifested into the reality within the video game, the Super Mario world, and that character within the game goes to the level that you've decided that you want to do. And what's the key, right? Sometimes when you start from the beginning of a new level, you face different characters, the Oompa, the turtle, the reptilian, I don't know what his name was, the King Koopa, I don't even know. Anyway, you face different adversities, but the key is when you face these adversaries, rather, not to quit until you acquire the goal that you've set out to achieve, which is I'm going to get to level 2, or that new car, that new job, that new home, that new partner. But the first step, it starts with you understanding that what you want to accomplish, a version of you somewhere out in this multiverse has already accomplished that. You just have to shift your conscious mind to that reality. I hope this makes sense. Watch it again a couple of times until it does make sense, because once you can master this, once you can understand this, and you really start to realize that nothing is impossible. There is no such thing as impossible. It's already programmed. Every single probability, every single possibility has already been pre-programmed into the reality that exists now. All you have to do is choose it. All right. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching.